So I'm obliged to be Ninong to all of them. They come to me, Ninong, pa-open ito. I open it. You hand it back to them. And they give you the biggest smile as if you're Superman. You tie their shoelace for them. You do whatever they need. And I felt so much joy in being a provider. And being this guy that they can turn to for whatever they need. Ang sarap sa pakiramdam, no? Sabi ko, ito pala ang consolation ng pagiging magulang. To be able to serve the people you love, especially your own children. In today's gospel, Jesus is asked to teach people to pray, to teach the disciples how to pray. And it's so wonderful that he begins his most fundamental lesson with something crucial and essential. That good prayer always begins not with what we want or who we are or what we have done. Good prayer always begins with who God is. Father. In the original text, Abba. A loving, perfect, intimate Father. In Israelite culture, my brothers and sisters, the name of something is to know the essence of something. That is why the Israelites really held on to the names they have for God. Elohim, Creator. El Shaddai, Lord Almighty. And my favorite, Jehovah Jireh, or Jehovah Jireh. God who provides. All of those titles or names for God make them know and understand that this is who God is. So imagine the importance when Jesus suddenly declares that you can call God by another name, Father, Abba. He sums up all the previous names of God into one, into loving Father. How does that change things? Let's look at provider. Jehovah Jireh, God provides. Sure, He is a reliable provider. He has everything we need. But now that we add the element of being daddy or tatay, we now see a God who provides with a smile in His face. A God who is happy and delighted to attend to our needs, to listen to whatever it is we are praying for. A God who is not just reliable in His duty to provide, but a God who is actually happy, who is smiling and enjoying every opportunity He has to take care of us. And that applies to every other title. It all comes down to God being Father. And now that Jesus gave to us this name, Abba, it changes everything. It changes how we pray. Minsan may magsasabi sa akin, Father, nag-grocery ako kagabi, pero nawala ako sa bilang. I think I only prayed 9 Hail Marys out of 10. Hindi ba effective yung prayer ko? I appreciate the sentiment, and I'm not mocking you if you're that, no? It's a good thing. But also, we have to ask them, are you praying to Abba? To Father? Or are you praying to a God who is 1, 2, 3? Ay, kulang. Sorry. Ulit ka, ulit. Kulang eh. Mali. Mispronounce yung Hail Holy King. Maraming nakakabulol dun, di ba? Ay, mali ang pronunciation. Sorry. Ulit. Is that the God who you are talking to in your prayers? Would you rather talk to a God like that? Or Abba? Or Father, ang tagal ko na nagno-novena. Wala pa rin. Hinihingi ko. Galit ba sa akin si Lord? Again. So, what kind of God are you talking to? Who is that God on the other side of your prayer? Is He a God who is rationing His graces and blessings? Who is waiting for you to be perfect before He will bless you? Or is that Abba, loving, intimate Father? See, it changes how you pray. And most importantly, and I hope it changes why we pray. We pray because we want to spend time with Abba. It's no longer about getting something. It's no longer about acquiring whatever we need. But because you pray and you find someone on the other side who delights at your presence, and you want to enjoy that. Showing up for prayer becomes a blessed encounter, a gift. Hindi na siya obligation. Hindi na siya requirement. Sana yung when we go to Sunday Mass, it's not for obligation, but because excited ako to be at Mass today, to meet Jesus in the Eucharist. When in the Gospel, we are being told that we must be persistent in prayer. It's the same thing. We are not being told to harass God. Nakulit natin si Lord hanggang makuha natin yung gusto natin. Nasabihin ni God, naku, naka-25 gabihan na to. Sige na, sa'yo na yan. No. When Jesus speaks of persistence in prayer, it simply means being persistent in showing up. That you show up no matter what. Regardless of your state, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of who you have been or whatever, you show up because regardless, what awaits you in prayer is a loving, merciful Abba. So you show up and you persist in prayer. And the more you persist in prayer, the more God has a chance to mold you into the person He wants you to be and to actually give you the best gifts. Now, there's the Abba, perfect Father. Our second reading speaks of the perfect Son. And that's also